the next vlog. We're still cruising on our journey towards Cosgrove, and Locks.
We are. A week later as far as you're concerned, but as far as we're concerned, it's the same day as when we left you last time. But obviously, couldn't squeeze it all in one vlog. But thanks for joining in to see the rest of the trip to Cosgrove. Much appreciated.
It's very, very busy round here. We're still in Milton Keynes, this is, so busy.
Oh, that's what you call it.
Rather a big one, isn't it, babe?
Oh, I say, this is it is a big chimney, isn't it? While you're going in, any shots of coffee?
Right, in we go. Just had to give it a quick reverse, didn't you?
Yeah, it started to feel like it was a bit shallow for the last quarter of an hour or so, really.
And I went inside to make the coffee, and I was like, the engine sounds really loud, and just done a reverse, and all the leaves come off the top.
Loads of leaves came out. So, be surprised, guys. You look at them, innocent little leaves, and you think, well, they can't really do much. But obviously, once they build up, I suppose, you lose the edge on your propeller and that. Yeah, I'm really surprised by that. What an effect it's had.
And now it sounds better again.
Now the engine sounds all quiet again, and yeah, what difference? Blimey.
What doesn't sound quiet is the kettle. It's just about to boil, so better go and sort that out.
Well done, second in command. You've done well there.
So, obviously, after we've done the Stoke Bruin lock, straight away is, after the locks, is Blissworth Tunnel. So, this could be the last time that we take Narrowboat through Blissworth Tunnel. And I just thought to myself, some of you might be thinking, how's it going to fare with the 10-foot one? Because we know how panicked Paul gets when he goes through tunnels with a 6'10" one. And the answer to that is it'll be alright. Because we are wider than 6'10", you have to book them, the tunnels that are two ways. And there will be no boats going the other way because you book your slot and you go in that way. So he will never, hopefully after this time going through Blissworth, we should never, all the time we have that boat, meet anybody else going through a tunnel again. Silver linings.
Yeah, I mean, that's one plus.
Thought I'd better get my last bit of tiller action in. No, our new boat has got a tiller, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna steer it. Yeah.
That might take some time before you ever go.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be alright.
Yeah.
I might be alright because she's bigger. I might feel. I don't know.
Well, we are going to be in wider waters quite a bit, so there's plenty of room to manoeuvre.
Yeah, I haven't really driven this one much on these waters, so.
Yeah. This year's babies are growing up. Probably teenagers now, aren't they? Rubbish!
Are you going to learn a new word for the new boat, Ernie? Does everything have to be rubbish?
I don't know.
Don't look away from me. You?
but I live for the slowness. You're my reason, my piece of heaven. You're my piece of heaven on earth, oh, you make it all worth it. You're the reason I keep hitting snooze just to stay next to you. Over and over and over again. I can't wait to do this with you. Over and over and over again. Over and over again.
Sitting down on the job, are we?
My legs are aching. I've been doing exercises, you know, like when you're
Yeah,
when you're on a long flight and you sort of go for a little walk up the aisle and you start stretching your legs and all that. I feel a bit like that.
Maybe I should explain. We've been going for some time, 2 vlogs.
Yeah,
Because
2 weeks.
obviously,
Yeah.
2 weeks, yeah. Obviously, we started this journey last vlog.
Yeah.
So you might be watching thinking we're only 10 minutes in. How come he's tired? But
Yeah.
we're not. Mind you, your legs will get plenty of circulation when you've got a ride back.
When I got what?
When you've got to ride back and get
Oh,
the
when I got
car.
to pedal back. Oh yeah, boy.
They'll be moving then, boy.
I reckon it's going to be a good couple of hours pedalling.
It's 49 minutes on Google.
Oh, not for me, it won't be.
What are you doing with that camera, boy? We're just coming into Great Linford now. Beautiful area this is. It's got a really lovely park coming up on the left.
Yes.
That's Great Linford there
Yeah.
on that side. So these moorings just here, just literally 2 or 3 I think there is, that are 48 hours.
Lucky people to get
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, and he hasn't walked around there yet.
Give us a bit of a fright, didn't it? Smart houses, aren't they?
Very smart, yeah.
Who just sits there and drinks a coffee and then just leaves the cup on a bench then?
Some people.
I mean, it's like sort of, it's still litter bugging.
Yeah, yeah.
The fact that it's left on a bench.
I think there's worse litter bugging coming up here on the towpath.
Oh, right.
Can you see it? A little something.
Yeah. So we're just coming into Wolverton. Obviously they haven't got enough bins in the area.
There he is, just got off. So now he's on the concrete. Now he's sitting kind of here somewhere.
There he goes.
Don't know where he's gone now.
He's still on our side. He's going down the middle of the canal.
Now he's definitely gone. I'm not going to try and find him anymore. But we are all the way in the distance. There is the aqueduct of Cosgrove. So we are very, very close. Right, we're actually stopping before we go over the aqueduct because usually when we've seen boats this far along, it means that the other side of the aqueduct is packed. So we're going to stop before to make sure we can more, rather than risk it and go up there and find that there's no mooring. Yeah, so we've had to moor at quite an angle because we can't get in any further, and the boats in front, they're not moored quite like us, but they are away from the bank as well. And yeah, we're currently grounded. The boat is not moving, so yes, we are on the bottom. Oh, oh dear.
Hello people, cats and dogs, goldfish, budgies and parrots. Well, the survey went rather well on the boat, to be fair. Always going to be a few little bits and pieces, unless it's brand new, I suppose, you know. But the survey results, which I believe you're going to put up now, are you?
For what? Which one? This hull?
The hull results.
Yeah, I can put those
Put
up.
the hull results up. They were really excellent.
Yeah.
Which is how the surveyor, Dave Stewart, described the hull as excellent. Just what you want to hear.
Well, you got there just in time, didn't you, to see it being lifted out?
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, you missed the lift out.
Yeah.
Saw them put it back, so I've just put that little bit of footage
Yeah.
in where Paul went to see, and you can see the chalk markings of the surveyor on the side.
Yeah, so basically anyone that doesn't know, these markings here, the surveyor starts off and he measures approximately 1 metre all the way around the boat, and then at the metre points he then takes a reading of the width of the steel, or the thickness of the steel. So the 13.8 there, that would be the base plate reading. Our base plate's 14 millimetres, so you can see it's only lost like 0.2 of a millimetre in 17 years, which is excellent. I mean, this reading here, look, 13.9, it's absolutely brilliant when you consider it's lost like 0.1 of a millimetre. It's just terrific readings. He's just been doing some scraping to see the rest of the condition. Doesn't mean that it might have some pitting, etc. at this stage, I don't know, but that's what he's looking for at the moment. And believe it or not, he's just been hitting it with a hammer. So yeah, so still finding out about things as he's doing his survey. Well, the surveyor's finished doing his work on the outside. The hull, apparently according to him, is excellent, so I mean that's exactly what you want to hear, really. And she's going to be going back in. So I missed her being pulled out, but I'm here to see her going back in. There she is, floating again. Well, really pleased with the survey of the hull. A few things going on inside, mainly wiring, 12-volt system, a few things playing up a bit, mainly light bulbs not coming on, some staying on, little sort of teething problems I suppose you'd call them, really. So the things that we found were intermittent problems with the lighting. me and Dave were standing in the kitchen, for example, and there was like 3 or 4 lights above us, just spotlights, and all of a sudden they went off, and then you couldn't get any other lights to work anywhere. And then we also had the main water pump wouldn't work, the toilet doesn't work at the moment, which is a pump out. I had to think about that then, guys. Yeah. And the... What else didn't work?
Fridge freezer,
the fridge
bilge
freezer.
pump, everything related to 12 volt,
Yeah,
basically. Didn't work.
But what Wilton had done is they'd actually put on 4 new leisure batteries. And speaking to the guys this morning, they think there may be a case of when they put the batteries on, whether or not they've left the wire off or perhaps connected a 12 volt wire in the wrong place or done something like that. So they're looking at that today. So today being the Monday, the survey was on the Friday. So they were really busy over the weekend. So Monday morning was their chance to get on with our survey, have a look. And we've agreed for them to do the blacking as well. But yeah, all in all, a pretty good survey, to be fair.
Yeah.
Quite pleased, aren't we?
Yeah,
Really?
they picked up things like, there's a tear in the canopy, there's slight bowing on one of the ceilings as you walk through the corridor, and the door that we showed you before, the front doors.
Yeah.
Now the front doors may be different because that's obviously you kind of need those to be working, but the others are kind of things that were there on viewing, so it probably won't be a case where we can negotiate any funds off of those side of things, and we would fix in our own time.
To a degree, a bit like buying a car sold as seen sort of thing.
Yeah.
They made it clear that the bow thrusters weren't involved.
Yeah.
And that the canopy wasn't involved. So we're fully aware of that.
Yeah.
These are things that, if we want to move forward and get the bow thrusters working, maybe, we'll look at it ourselves possibly. But we have survived with a longer boat, albeit only sort of 2 foot, without bow thrusters. So we're sort of going to see how we get on with it, aren't we?
Yeah.
And
you were really happy with the results, really.
Yeah,
the survey
very happy.
Yeah. Mainly the hull is brilliant. The engine seemed okay, didn't it?
Yeah, pleased with the engine. It's got a tremendous generator on there as well. Really easy. We're not used to this sort of thing, but literally just button control, press on, and the generator starts. And then when you've had enough, just obviously the stop button. But this all happens inside the boat. You don't even have to go out on the stern, So, really quite pleased. The chlorifier.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't remember if you mentioned that in the video or not. So if you did, he's repeating himself now, but if not, what did he say about that?
Basically, there's 2 chlorifiers, and he feels that one would be sufficient. Might be repeating ourselves here. I said I might be repeating ourselves here. We might be repeating ourselves here.
I think he found a slight leak on one of them anyway.
Had a small leak,
And the reason why he thinks 2 is a bit overkill is because it took he was testing the Webasto, the heating system and the hot water, and it was taking a long time to heat up the radiators, and he thinks that's because there are 2 chlorifiers.
It makes sense, doesn't it? You're heating up double the amount of water than you really need.
So we've asked Wilton to come back with a quote on possibly removing one of those as well, preferably the one that is leaking.
That'll depend on which one will be the less plumbing, I suspect, to do the alteration, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, so we might have to get rid of one and repair a leak, or just get rid of one.
But I must say, the actual leak that Liz is discussing there is actually leaking out of the boat through one of the holes. There's like an expansion hole, and that's where the leak is. It's not that it's a leak inside the stern area, which is where both chlorifiers are based.
Yeah.
Oh, also there was about 3 inches of water in the bottom. I tightened up the stern gland.
Not the floor bottom.
Yeah, the stern.
In the engine, the stern.
The engine
not in the hull of the boat. There wasn't. That was dry.
Yeah, in the engine bay. That's a good point. Yeah, the hull was dry. Dave had a look at the inspection hatch. That's easy for me to say. So yeah, I mean, all in all, we know we've got to do our paintwork and it, haven't we? We're going to select some colours, etc. And talking of selecting things, I'll leave you to speak about this, Liz.
I've had a bit of a headache actually. With name choices, we really have. We thank you for all yours. We had. I'm not sure where the list has gone. It's over here. Let me just pause and grab the list. We had back from pause. We had an awful lot of names suggested.
Yeah, cheers,
so
guys.
thank you for that. So
Yeah.
They were absolutely brilliant, some of them.
Yeah.
I think we sort of said, well, I think it was more Paul that said he wanted to go on the funny side because he liked the funny one. So some of them were quite witty. And then when you look up like naming your boat, it is recommended, you know, if you go back to the old, you know, why boats got named, they do say they got named to wish them luck on their way. So you shouldn't be flippant with the name. You shouldn't call it Unsinkable 2, for example, because you're dooming the boat to do that. Because we had one of our favourites that we thought of was This Way Up with an arrow pointing upwards. But then are we dooming ourselves for the boat to be facing the other way, the incorrect way?
Could be a bad omen, couldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so then we had to really be careful of what to call it. And we still, to be honest, have yet to decide.
It's so difficult.
Yeah, and then do we go
difficult.
for something? And we had, I won't go through all the names of who suggested what, but some of the ideas were Beam Me Up, because she's a wider beam. Bigger Assumptions, I really like that, because obviously this is one's called Assumption Is. Zombies Can't Swim, really like that one. I did really like that. Wide Awake, really like that.
Liz wasn't keen on one of my suggestions, were you, Liz?
Oh yeah.
Richard III.
Yeah.
Liz didn't like that one. Don't know why.
But then that leads us to our next trouble. A lot of the suggestions were also about Ernie, which I'd love to have Ernie there on the name. He's going to be here, obviously, but on the name. But then she's a she. She's definitely a she, this boat.
Yeah.
So then we couldn't, and then hence Richard III would not work because it was a she. So I did say to Paul we could have Richard's sister as the name, but we decided against that. Paul thought of just 1066 because she's 10 foot by 66, 1066 being the Battle of Hastings. But is that a bit in, naming a boat after a Battle of Hastings for no other reason than the size of it? We didn't want to go on the lines of, although I liked them, like Not So Narrow, Bigger Now, and all that, a little bit more, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we weren't kind of going to go that way.
Yeah, in case that this wide beam journey that we're doing doesn't work out and we return back to narrow, we're not snubbing narrow boats, and we don't want our name to think that we are. So
in fact, it's not really a case of one day we won't go back to narrow boats, because at the end of the day, we're going to have like a wide beam journey for a few years, and then possibly go back to a narrow boat. We're just going to. We're quite impulsive people, to be fair. So or we could end up on a wide beam for the rest of our days. So we don't know on that front.
I think I actually genuinely think at the moment we haven't got a name at all.
Although you do like Wider Wake.
Yeah, Wide Awake. I'll put it up on screen so you can, in case you can't picture that. Wide Awake I do like because it's subtle and it is a wide awake. There is, we're not saying it's better, we're not saying it's bigger, we're just saying it is a wide awake.
Yeah.
I like Nomad Rush.
Yep.
And I like Drifting Dreams, but then we've gone off. So then I started going really off and thinking of raindrops and calling it Little Raindrop, and we really don't know what to call her. So at the moment she's still called Dream on V, and unless we name her while she comes out for blacking, which we're not sure when that is yet, unless we decide on a name at that point, she has to be out the water. I am believing in that she has to be out the water to be renamed, and we have to ask her whether her name suits her. She has to agree to her name. So unless we can do that and decide on a name that we like for this boat, by the time she comes out the water, she'll stay Dream on V if we can't decide.
Thank you, Ernie.
Ernie doesn't like that though. But yes, thank you so much for all your suggestions, guys. We were really, some of them. Wide and Seek was one. We really like that.
Just had 2 boats go past us there, opposite directions, so it got a little bit noisy, but what we were going to say was we're going to call it a wrap there, guys. And you happy to call it a wrap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much for watching. Really hope you tune in with us next Wednesday, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll be next week. We'll be continuing the journey towards Stokeborough and Locks, and possibly through them next week.
Oh,
so
yes.
Come with us on that.
Yes. And this little fella's got something to say. No, I haven't. Yes, you have.
Over there.
I don't know if he's in it. Bye, guys. Let me just...
Come and get him. Mummy's going to come and get you. Stay there. You can
Oh, you are in it, Ernie. Go on, I don't need to see you.
Subscribe, hit that like button, do the ding dong bell, and leave them comments. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you've enjoyed that video. Please leave a like, comments and subscribe if you haven't already. Do answer all the comments. Thank you to everybody who's bought us a coffee. We really appreciate it. We hope to see you here next week, Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Bye for now.